Tony has just talked about having negative beliefs when he's in front of the vendor and then catching himself in the moment. What educational concept, now I've been challenging you guys to watch an educational concept every week, right? What educational concept am I about to draw on the board? He's doing something wrong, he's realising he's doing something wrong, and then he's doing it right. What educational concept is that?
Self-awareness.
Yeah, but what's the educational concept? First one, say what you see, yeah? What catchphrase, yeah. So first two answers, I can remember what it was called. What's this called? Come on. We know that's a matrix.
Conundrum. Complexity matrix.
It's the...
Is it the competency?
Competency. I knew it was a C, and someone said, what did you... Complexity. And that's the one I'm doing next. And I've got that drawn in front of me. I was like, yes, no. Thank you. Competency matrix. Oh, that's so funny. I do know what I'm talking about, I promise you. So, in the competency matrix, so Tony, I'm going to use yours as an example. You're sat there and you're going, this is out of my league. Where are you on this? Let me label it for you. So competency is along there.
Yeah.
And awareness, or as we more commonly say, consciousness is along here. So where would you start? Where would you be in the moment where you're thinking, this is too big for me, I can't do this?
Bottom left.
Bottom left, 100% bottom left. Because you are unconsciously, you didn't realise that you were telling yourself incompetent. Now hands up if you've seen this before.
Now, when you mention unconsciously incompetent,
Now you know.
you're going to do the shoelaces.
Exactly. I'm going to do the shoelaces, but I'm not. I'm going to do it in terms of your help visit yesterday.
Okay.
Because to know and not to do is not really to know, right? And that's what we said earlier. You have to be thinking about this instantly. So as you said that to me, I'm thinking, competency matrix. I didn't think that, but I thought the squares, and he's bottom left, I couldn't remember the name of it. But you have to get it. Every time you hear something, you only absorb 10% of it. That is a disempowering thought. I'm going to stop having that thought. So that's what you did. You went from unconsciously incompetent, I can't do this, to what?
Consciously incompetent.
Exactly. Consciously incompetent. And you might think, well, great, I'm still rubbish at it. Now I know that now I'm sat there thinking, oh my goodness, I can't do this, and I'm telling myself I can't do this. It's like a double whammy, right? This is the most painful place to be. But where did you then go?
Consciously competent.
Exactly. So then you went to consciously competent, and in this instance, here you were thinking, I can't do this, but you didn't even know you were thinking it. And then you caught yourself and you thought, no, don't tell myself I can't do this. What did you tell yourself then?
Why not?
Why can't I do this?
Yeah.
Not the most positive
No, I
statement.
knew you were going to say that.
But it's better.
Yeah.
It's better. You're going around there. You're like halfway there. Maybe I could do this. With a tailwind and some luck I can do this. What would have been better?
I can do this.
I can do this, or even better, I'm the best person in the world to help this guy. Doesn't matter he's a multi-millionaire. Is he billionaire or multi-millionaire? Do you know?
Many, many millions.
Many, many millions. There you go. Multi-millionaire, far surpassing your wealth. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Doesn't matter if he's 30 years older than you. Doesn't matter if he's got 10 businesses more than you. Doesn't matter if he's turned up in a car that's worth more than your house. You're still the best person in this world to help him. Because he might be too busy to do what he needs to do with those assets. He might be unable to do what you do. In fact, it's in terms of him not knowing the ins and outs of how to dispose. He doesn't have your network of support. Perhaps all of us, between us, will buy all those assets off him. Who knows? But that needs to be where you get to. So here, you actually feel quite good. You're oblivious to how rubbish your internal dialogue is. Here you feel rubbish. You're like, oh my goodness. Sometimes during these training days and after these training days, you'll feel rubbish. You'll walk out thinking, well, that was great, Frank. Thanks very much. I felt quite good this morning. Now I realise that I'm doing this and this and this and this wrong in my business. I feel pretty rubbish now. But when you then start consciously, I'm going to be positive throughout this. I'm going to get up in the morning and do 15 minutes of Mojo Minutes. I'm going to make sure I walk around the block. I'm going to make sure I read my affirmations, and I'm going to go and review my dream chart. Whatever it is, now I'm consciously competent. And that's what you were talking about, Ian. You feel brilliant because you're rereading books that empower you, that help you to improve your mindset. That's here. And then, Tony, and this didn't happen yesterday, but if you do what you did yesterday enough times, you end up here. And what's that?
Unconsciously competent.
Exactly. Unconsciously competent. Tony Robbins, I went to Unleash the Power Within in London. Tony Robbins stood there and said he struggled at a couple of seminars in a row with his energy levels, and he was talking to a friend, and he said, "Oh, what it is like. I used to be able to do 16-hour days. They're incredible days. He starts at like 10 and he finishes at like midnight, and of course he's got all his prep to do and stuff. And he said, I don't know what it is. I just don't feel, as on it as I used to do. And his mate turned to him and said, Tony, do you know what? You're getting on a bit. It comes to all of us. It's probably your age. And do you know his reaction? I quit the friend. I fired the friend. I'm not going to be friends with someone who's going to impact on my mentality like that. And he didn't say, I'm going to maintain my tidal wave of positivity, but that's what he was talking about. I am not going to have someone impact on my mindset in a negative way. I'm not going to have them in my life. Now, a lot of people go, oh, that's a bit harsh. It's only one comment. But if you are at that level of unconsciously competent, you're not going to let anything in. Someone starts gossiping in front of you, going to make your excuses and move on. An investor talking about how bad the current market is, we talked about it earlier, how the white paper on rental in England and Wales, or is it the UK, whatever it is, coming in soon and you won't be able to evict tenants. I know, yeah. If you hear that enough, if you spend enough time on Facebook with all the keyboard warriors that aren't actually doing any deals but tell you how hard it is to do deals, you're going to start absorbing that. And so you'll get to the point, Tony, where you won't even have those thoughts. Where you do your prep. Amanda from England has a song she pays herself as she's driving to a health visit. It's Happy, you know that song? Mm-hmm. I won't try and sing in front of you. But it's that song that gets her in a heightened state of energy. She walks in, now she's the queen. She's going to nail this, she's going to help them. They're going to be grateful for her help. She's going to make a lot of money, she's going to solve their problem. That's here. That song transforms into that. Make sense? Cool. Thanks, Matthew.